Ghana your democracy as soon so one area babedru and your koya could do a point now it was teetering on the brink of a possible crash. And now amount for a name of best I'm yet to revival your democracy because it got to a point the various institutions are the fundamental framework and no sooner democracy agent you're crashing. So individuals were rather ruling the states at the behest of their own conveniences. No, the day Emra and Nema and Juma. So when this change of government came, people were looking forward to say, "You bet me I restore Sa Nema Nunina." But there has been a certain trend that I think that is quite clear because when the NDC took over, some element within the MPP made it quite clear that they will make the state ungovernable for the president. And I think that true to that particular promise, there are certain things a man for a year clearly you could see say sa agenda is in play. Yet we will not so be kasa na banya go akwakwachino democracy the most crucial part is freedom of expression and the freedom of speech. Amaka say in a democracy and for two na sekan ya no ideas exchange in some of the part can na woni nipa ba ya adwen and there is no guarantees any part they won ba ya adwen so and also say you better platform we said there was a time I was on a platform obi say o kan say me ono nya adwen I say I had your IPAC platform. We don't come here to build consensus. So the differences in opinion and enrich the quality of the democratic discourse but with that in mind, it does not also give you that overwhelming power to be saying things that say are reckless. I endanger national security. I am so much disappointed in the so-called Ghana Bar Association. You see, who's the once again? A few days ago, we saw them going gun blazing because you see Chief Justice saying certain constitutional process has been activated, and true to that, in the process, they had him removed. Saying Ghana Bar Association was all over. And one of your own, because judges and the Ghana Bar Association, even though it's a different entity, but one way or the other, you are in the same pool. GBA, and then as a forum. So my question is that, quite recently, Afenyo, who happens to be a member of the Ghana Bar Association, was insulting a judge, telling the judge, say, "Oh, you NDC, and I am so disappointed in you see the selectivity. Abronye but Afenyo can say, "Huna a change we can." Sa Abrante yo kasa boom boom no more nam koko asesa or koko politics yes in Sawam MP he said very disgusting and disparaging stuff at way in the past Canada Japan and go insulted judges and as a form of chroma say. So I think there if it must be done right. Now you're making sure say Abronye and Anosundi or kind there targeting about other people because in summer Afenyo marking and others aka okroma concerning judges and as a form obi ankasa judge ote ye first akundam no SNDC t-shirt Oman kan okroma insulted them in as a form say the Chief Justice anyway and ashara kwasisa NDC judges no but yatena krom ha the judiciary became so dirty to a point say judgment babon say no baby ayeko yetimi jailed Bawumia was in Togo and he never issued condemnation when judges were doling out judgment. Ghana felt that those judgments were so dangerous and detrimental to the constitutional health of this country. Where was Bawumia? To the point to say the national security capo of the country at the time who served under Dr. Bawumia in the person of national security conference Kandapa Kase. When your judges judge Ada Yan Tanase, yetimi shada ba tenase. Na ya panel we sabe be favor amanfo. Sad faces we nyina no Ghana for I go through. Na maka say he who comes into equity must come with clean hands. Yeah, ya better a point we must condemn it in no uncertain term, because it's here in the past we condemn. If it happens today, we must equally condemn. But Dr. Bawumia, somebody, a vice president of the Republic of Ghana, will go into an election defeated so badly to the point to say it was an embarrassing scene. At this point, all that he needs to do is about rebranding himself and come out as a different person altogether. Today, he's out there issuing statement, defending this nonsense that is happening around, giving a certain political legitimacy to some of this nonsense his people are doing. Because, some now come when some say Ghana a kangaroo state no has a phone. The ban yet now chrome her. Sa neema we were so intense to the point to say now people were living scared for their life. My point is say, you see, in politics and leadership, when I did a consistency is very key. What it happened now? What was the position of Dr. Bawumia when people were being arrested left, right, center without legitimate cause? Debia mekame da brante we ye friend say example you say a friend bongo ideas. The last time me say he was arrested, the guy was kidnapped. Arrested. He was abducted from his house, kidnapped, molested, but treated, taking it through Obaya North Airport. He was kidnapped. It got to a point people were being arrested left, right, center. Dr. Bawumia never condemned to a point there. The certain attorney general, who is the people's lawyer, was conspiring with criminals to have some security. So you must always be very mindful. Now we navigate through this particular storm with a certain sense of decency. Now who have to go through. In the recent years, Yahudia judges, Ayo Kroma say, man for were so worried. But nobody singled out a particular judge and insulted the person. Said, Judge, we were expressing view concerns about the general outlook. Judiciary never so dirty to the point that something needed to be done until the Chief Justice became a subject of public way. Now, a man for air dragging or then her as an individual, because a certain accusations has been leveled against her, it became legitimate for us to discuss her as a Chief Justice, not as a judge, but as an administrator of the judiciary and the offense an administrative head. And he say about drew a point, baby. Now, nipa betimi akwadina radio sa fragile ababe gina sese sabi oya kwasia aye your friend saying oh yeah NDC me NDC t-shirt and then I say for national. I don't know. You've gone into arena and go beyond freedom of speech and freedom of expression, and you'll be penalized for that. Yes, my principal position has always been this contempt. I say, your friends will be a cassette here, judge, and Miss Adnam, me free saying, because just like the president in the discharge of his duty, a man for better me holding accountable, no. The same way judges must also be held accountable. But then I was aware and I say, the papa. You shouldn't be scared of backlash. You understand? Yeah. So that immunity, now they are man saying the discharge of their duties. Your friends say, a man for them who didn't say no chroma say. So for that one, I am not for. But yeah, to go after Obi, now we didn't attempt. Can say my enemy and then I say for no. At this particular point in time, when those changes have not way, you cannot be protected. You understand? Yeah. And some na Abronye, are you reckless? Are you irresponsible? So disparaging to the stand say no right. Your friend say normal person who agrees says I don't know. And once again, Faso Emma ruling a favor MPP endanger national security, and they should be careful. It shows that something was wrong at the time. So Dr. Bawumia never activated his sense of constitutional guidance. And he wants to tell the whole world, say he's a guardian when it comes to the constitutionality and the constitutionalism. Say democracy. Today he's in opposition, and he has no credibility to the standard. When this whole thing started, there was this Akrabi as a friend Fanti when on social media writing nonsense and defaming the president. He was smart enough to walk into the gentleman's house to console him because he has been arrested. As a leader, when you push yourself into that line, it means
when I was share and more yes so and if that particular thing has become pervasive as an agenda you have set in motion that is giving rise to all these things. So who will be a sub who being quite leadership as here. The very moment you come in to condemn, no, it is a way of you protecting your investment. Because these guys are your investment. But when they insulted your fellow president, no, you went to them one after the other, patted them at the back, said, "Come on, I am with you." And these people attained that political legitimacy. No more yet, more yet, no. And see, another day, no, spelled over. You cannot come and condemn because you initiated and sponsored it. What I say, politics, no. People do it with a very narrow way of thinking because if you want to go expansive, now you will not complain. I am not saying that Niama national security for right because me the one I saw culture said doom so I buy into your arrest. I totally disagree with that particular thing because so we culture said doom so is back. You don't go gun blazing, arresting the person and those kind of stuff. And so Abronye way there, your friends Abronye there say you're jailing, you're reminding. People don't understand why you're reminding. The MPP lawyers quickly after the court, and on one nam radio so interview say,
I think he was rearrested.
Yes. Almost a judge they say he should be reminded until the case is over, which is a lie. According to Omom say it was 2 weeks because date Modi Abronye share yes Omra court so one ma the judge will take your friends a protective measure just to ensure you say to keep you so that anytime you hear be obeba. Because it doesn't make sense there will be a report to a court now about say nipa nipa yes he remanded for 2 weeks. No, it means he defaulted at some point in time. You may disagree with the judgment, but because he did something and a judge and yes sir I disagree because he has proven that he's in this country, he will not run away. And I don't see the need that you ever reminded for 2 weeks. But maybe the judge was also taking that proactive, preventive way. So punishment which can be a subject of debate, you understand? But we cannot sit here and pretend to say, Dr. Bawumia need to come to the realization, say, social media, no more yet, and you've got into a point that cannot fester because 1990 politics now man for nam Togo just to paint Jerry Rollins till date the family member one of the ladies. So these are the people you are dealing with. So you got to be very careful when you're dealing with them, you understand? And I think that maybe the security is so aggressive, trying to, address some of these things. But in reality, for me, I think decency must prevail. And he who comes into equity must come with a clean hands. Dr. Bawumia Kwatana said he's not learning anything. When I know to say, I see a setting up committee, I say for now, what's your names and then Nippon money. And I'm a catcher, and I'm a catcher. It means that they are not learning anything. You see, because who lose political power, what you need to do is to bridge and build confidence. And thereby, MPP for MXC, our Ghana, your politics, your trust and confidence. The NDC may mess up. But the question is, can the ordinary Ghanaian forget about Nneema Akufo-Addo? Because what is hunting Bawumia today and will continue to hunt him going into 2028 election is the ghost of Akufo-Addo's terrible government. That particular ghost, across a scarecrow, it will follow him and until the political career. Because NDC may do 1 or 2 things out here in Koye. But the question is the MPP Bawumia an alternative considering Nneema Akufo-Addo? The answer is simply no. You understand? So you need to sit down, rebrand yourself, and see how our communication best, how our cancer best. But I'm general secretary 2 minutes we are going camera nim kasa na also wonti to papa so sana wakeka nsem no basa na odi agu ho sa ade we the way kwaje political power na catch say so wo ye politics na da bia wan kasa unkrofo na eboje oso a ya unko ba bia you have the capacity to convince the intelligent mind within society to agree with you. By that bia, if you are wowing your own folks, which majority of them are not designing individuals, they are emotional, tribal, supporters, no you are not getting anywhere. You should have the capacity to convince the average intelligent person, say, the MPP you saw, that was branded a criminal enterprise. The MPP that was stealing left, right, center. The MPP and the finance minister, Jana America, now you're not just Dr. Bawumia, and today he has the guts and the audacity to be telling people, say, he wants to be president. When the finance minister won in the year, Juma, about Ghana for crown, no Ghana will be mine. So now, if it's a Ghana is a serious country, and people will give hearing to some of these people. What I said,
not at all.
But these shameless characters today have the infantry questioning the credibility of Ghana's democracy because things are not going in their favor. I think that they should all just shut up and give us a break because until they put their houses together and begin to do the basic things that Ghana for here. For instance, Akufo-Addo ne Bawumia fa phone akache Kenoforata say, "Baby, I want to go anima say. So come back home, come and answer no." I think these people have no moral audacity to be telling Ghanaians how democracy should be handled in this particular country. They should just shut up and give us a break. Enough of this emerging nonsense. I think that we've seen enough.
All right, about any you say accountability or accountability. The oral is our second hat. If they fail, they'll be fire. All right, I'll see if JDM failed accountability, there wouldn't be no mercy. Huh. Or I need them Krofafa and the World Cup. Krofafa and the World Cup. Anyway, Ivan Yanshe, Yenya Bema, okay, from Pong. I think say he's been in the news for about 3 days now. Say Yachino wa Netherlands and Ramiti on about the Fiamapo, and I know what I say US for issue arrest warrant be for questioning bills and then and that's the reason why they intercepted him and then the same baby. So I ask questions baby, but my dream say then na nipa de say na bibi sa na timi go through them. Na peke no for that another that bra nya no.
Yeah.
All right.
It's funny, but I think that it's sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's sad because really this gentleman is somebody. I think about Ghana politics. He has done a lot.
Yeah.
And nipa bebra falling in love with him. And for him to say Obeba as an independent candidate.
I mean,
a place obi anim say you known MPP stronghold. Now bet me break that monopoly. Now what win the seat as an independent person, you know, actually said he did a good job. And ever since Oko Parliament, and I think Nema Oya has been felt. And we see a man for go back in the constituency and then for no clearly you see he's doing a lot. I'll bet me they are changing the life of the people. So the Ecosu has nothing to do with his political life. I think that a past life may be catching up with him, and I think that is where very disappointing. At this stage, it remains speculations, conjecture, assumptions, and in some amount for a but feed it back into the one monster over the years. You're confronted with these issues of fraud, Abutrika and other people have been in the news. Doing a general analysis on this particular thing, I told you I don't know if you remember Abra now or the other side. The captain said, "Sa niema we are air cost 2022 is when I said this thing. Say the FBI has a lineup of a number of people.
Yeah, I remember that.
They'll be picking up. Yes, because you see, the US is such that whenever Obu say Obi niema bi or like Kronon keten na se for them na. Because you see, they are not interested in those small monies you take. They want to see, because financing of terrorism has been one of the major ways the FBI they are dealing with. So when people begin to engage in some of these things, sometimes they want to understand the syndicate, everybody behind it, just to know. Say, Sikana Mojano Heneko. So my country say you must be dumb to think, say, Ubetime Ajisika from America. I go through the world financial system. America is the country behind it. On the building here, BBR. So I'm fair now who we are saying because the IMF today can sit at their office and know how much dollars came into Ghana. They have those numbers, and every year they've been releasing. So you must be a fool to think that the true financial system of Kruma now why a fraud. It's funny, and I didn't you know, say you know, say you not survive some of these things. But sometimes omunya ma oswa na ebia mere and then as just trying to understand the ground said the city, so they can sometimes allow you to wait maybe over millions of dollars because they know they can find a way of retrieving. So Neamana who some more investigation in maybe shall say 2015, maybe 2017, maybe 2018, maybe way now and at the day of reckoning or more namswa or more and it's unfortunate. And some of these people you see, I know Munina here fraud no be.
Yeah.
And Makacha say Ghana ha category no. Omu free omo won chichi omu siya. Asofo kan ho bi. Owners of radio stations can who be and some other people. Because what they do is say omo mo ye fraud no e kakra bi. But you may be an innocent person we are very popular. So the person who approach you so oh me was sikabi a person meje e wa America. Una wo account.
Wow, for account to beje mame.
E ho na asofo no ho beka no. Because in the US, whenever you are who transmit sika for a charity church organization, exempt the tax, your friends are people don't pay taxes, those kind of way, you know. So they almost send those kind of through those accounts. In the name of charity. So so for no wa sorry what has said no obagiatum in the name of nti obabagia no man a cat. So you got to a point that you say asofo ni nyina to talk as bebre no more chicha bebre. I don't know if you remember that time will come.
Omushu ano ten.
That era will come. Onya adwuma bia but saa sika no betoma nipa ni ya no amount be, and some of the musicians got involved in some of these things. They were not doing the fraud itself, but because
they were using their accounts
innocently, you might not know. So some of the people you see, you know, may not be direct. Your friends saying people are involved. Yes, but people doing it, you know, it's so easy to steal the money. But to transfer it is the issue. So some succeeded in creating shell companies. More than yet those way, you know. So company as if they are working, and they will be transmitting through those network and and the people doing the fraud, Ghana for Nigeria for more America, do not and more form and syndicate, you know, so because I do one person bet me, it's not possible. So a team, it is a network, no more can say these people are involved, you know. According to sources, this particular gentleman is involved, you know. There are about 27 people, almost 26 have been convicted.
Wow.
Yes, 26 have been convicted. So the last person is perceived to be this person, which at this point in time we cannot say or deny whether until the issues come because details be in my. So the thing is that Wakacha Mamfo said, Sa nema we nya nema udu hushema. No. But I just want to believe that never no more cannot this gentleman will not be part of it. I be mere your friend say wake
assumption.
Not whatever it is be an result because he has been doing good. He has been doing well, and I think the presence in Parliament, you know, is bringing a lot of goodies to his people at the other side. And MP no about two no. I'm not friend saying.
And the appear could be.
I listened to his interview. Abronye. Oh, I have a lot of respect.
Oh, that man! I told him, Dan Michiano agreed ministry, and I'm a catcher and so honorable. You are too good to be in the NPP. He was laughing at me. And I'm saying, yeah, so you are too good.
He's really a gentleman because on Abronye number two no.
Sure.
Issue no by, and I listened to his interview on a station. And he was quick enough to protect the gentleman. He said, it's too early. Issues being until nobody knows anything. And people should hasten slowly and allow the investigation to. And you see, when the FBI comes calling, you can't do anything about it. Now, sitting president Komako Swam will say, the difficulty they had is that, yes, there has been an arrest warrant. Seeking to take this gentleman. But you see, he's a sitting MP. And Abu Treka case, you know, approval as a test case. who said the difficulty they've been going through. And there's a person with a diplomatic shield and a parliamentary immunity. You cannot come here. You may have all the legitimate way, but the state giving him out, will be a defeat of the state power. And the state, people will come after the state. So the US saw that and they realized that they cannot do that.
They can't do that.
So they were looking for him to get out. The very moment you get out, then that immunity, then as a for no strip of Afenyo, I'll go through this particular way. And the US and the Netherlands, those kind of way, easily they can extradite you to do.
But I think they don't have that with UK, right?
Oh, UK, they have those arrangements. Now, Western Europe, America owns the entire Western Europe. And America said Europe now. Well, the western part is Americans' backyard. They can just do anything. And this over here, UK Prime Minister. Recently, Trump getting into a banter back and forth. After a month, what would they know? He's either going to resign or his own people are going to. So Europe, if you know the story, you know that America controls almost all of them. Because Germany was built from the ashes by America. The UK, France, and they control all of them. Italy, almost all the countries. And then people are trying to be hard. So when America comes calling, you can't do anything about it. And I think that it's quite unfortunate. But we know. You see, there are certain things at any point in time you may do. One way, it will come hunting you at a time. Because operation US for a year. Most of the people are not people who are in it now, but the past life because for them now no more conclude on investigation. Every I saw for they are making Sikana for account be 2017 2018 offer say we are but Afenyo the day of reckoning they will be coming after almost everybody we are involved because you may not be directly involved. But what do account and and a mom do account to just as kind of dogs will come say.
Account to Japan.
Oh yeah. And yes, your financial way. I'm for the account to J. I'm for a critical company then as a former or model J. Obetia by and I'm musician we are popular. Oh, I'm for music before I can do. Maybe I wouldn't move you the member of $50,000.
Okay. What say
and the would from Keke. To me in Casa wouldn't go be the for account for more $50,000. I wouldn't you should be very smart enough to know say maybe bedra and then on a man for the so it could be that the person is not directly involved but he had an account and then as a phone. So I think that era is here we need to do because
I remember that issue you spoke on. That was 2022.
Yes, when the FBI come call you can't do anything. But with the diplomatic channel that's been open now because I'm told the gentleman traveled on the diplomatic passport. But you see when the US is involved all these things become nonsense. That is what you need to do. Yes, because that's papa your mochi ni MPP ni yokoton koke your mochi ni on fan saying Mujeli ni Nkranzani the cotton cookie omochi ni.
Yes, that's a dinner banner.
Yes. No. That's what to buy with diplomatic passport. But or them for how many years and son of a back. When they now several from Kochi or someone. When the FBI is involved there, Obia will come down and they'll make sure that the law. So let us pray and some more cannot end no credit. But no credit there is no way you can get away. Because my counsel said US investigation, they don't just come after you. The very moment they come, it means that the investigation is conclusive. That is why almost everybody who has been arrested about 90% have been convicted. That is the issue with it. Things are going forward and we need to. And I think the internet fraud and as a foreign are quite obvious. And I'm for a year fraud sometimes my catcher I'm for say Obia who are magic machine via or password and as for most of the I'm for movie or more especially Momo then as a phone your Friday be fishing and now social engineering. The partner can just study your lifestyle and for instance, Oko Facebook, I know we are sending a link. If you don't click on this link, your friends say your account will be deleted to who you are now click so that particular way, a fake link and the partner are creating. And see, enter your details in that for so anything you enter will go to the person. So the very moment you enter your password, your everything, the person will later log in and log you out. And I'll say your account. That is what they do. And again, social media, we have the Momo, social engineering is so easy to predict or be password. For instance, your banner will be 40 years to 80, 50 years. Obviously, the Momo pin, the last 4 digits of the phone number. Quite obvious. And now your friend is saying, Obi or your teenager, and then as a forum, definitely Obi or her a date of birth. Oba, maybe 21 years, they're going our wakra at that age. Your friends and the bar firstborn, and the date of birth. The pin. So these are some social engineering, and Nipana can study you to get some of these things so easily. Then as a forum. So I think that. So, international protect some of these things, but fraud I can was a large scale. Man for a year trans, international way. Yeah, that man for Abronye, so they are doing because.